Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to the game according to me. As always, we talk about what's going on in the world of college football, in the world of the NFL. But what we also have for you today is just a quick thought on the World Series. So the Los Angeles Dodgers beat the New York Yankees 4-1 to win their 8th World Series in history. Um, they were just dominant for most of the series. The only game that they lost was the game 4, which was a pitcher by committee thing that they like to do for some reason. But their pitching throughout this entire playoffs was amazing, and it really wasn't that good during the regular season apparently. So there was a lot of good things, a lot of great things. Shohei may get injured. He's had surgery. He's gonna have surgery for a torn labrum in his left arm, but he was tremendous throughout the season. He had a little trouble in the postseason. So did Aaron Judge, who was again tremendous during the regular season, but couldn't get it done during the postseason. It was very strange. So, but it is what it is. We got the Dodgers winning, and so congratulations to them. Congratulations to the New York Yankees on another fantastic season. So there we have it, the World Series. But let's do what we normally do on these podcasts. Let's talk about the NFL and college football. Starting off with college football first. Something big happened last night. It was the release of the college football playoff rankings, and we'll go over those right now. All right, so if you can find this online, you should try to find it and go over it with me. Try to go over like the actual picture of what happened last night. It was explained very well by Reese Davis and the crew. Since this is audio, I won't be able to show you any visuals, but I'm going to try to explain to you the best I can. I'm not going to go through all 25. I'm going to start with the 14 because they did do a first two out of the playoffs. So the first one that was out was Texas A&M at 7-2. And then you could maybe see the second one out. The first one out, ranked 13th, was SMU at 8-1. So SMU and Texas are the first two out. Now let's go up to the rankings. So Boise State was 12th. They would be the projected number 12 seed. Now here's the thing that if you don't know this, here's the thing. The college football playoff, how's it go, is that they take the top 5 ranked conference champions, which is usually which will be the Big Four now: ACC, SEC, Big 10, Big 12, and a Group of 5 champion, which Boise State would be in that as being the top team in the Mountain West Conference. So now they can go higher and things like that. Is if they were to get higher than BYU, who is the Big 12 leader and the 9th seed, they would jump up and they would get a bye in the first playoff ranking. So in the 12-team playoff. So that's how it is. But right now, since they're number 5, they get the 12th seed. It's Boise State. Alabama would have the 11th seed at 6-2. Notre Dame would have the 10th seed at 7-1. BYU, who is ranked 9th, would have the 4th seed because again, since they are on top of the Big 12 conference, they get that automatic bye. Indiana at the ranked 8 would be in the 9th spot. Tennessee, ranked 7th, would be in the 8th spot. Penn State, ranked 6th, would be in the 7th spot. Texas, ranked 5th, would be in the 6th spot. Miami from Florida, ranked 4th, would be the number 3 seed and would have, since they lead the ACC, they would have a bye into the college football playoff. Georgia at 7-1, the leader in the SEC would have the 2 spot. So let's see. So okay, so we go here. Ohio State ranked tooth, ranked tooth. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ranked tooth. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. It may be because I'm asleep. I am wore out. That I don't know. I sleep with CPAP, but I'm still waking up tired, and maybe because I get up early. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what's happening to me. Ohio State ranked 2nd would be the 5 seed because Oregon is the number 1 seed, the leader in the Big Ten, and they would be the 1 seed as well. So there you have it. Again, anyone who's listening to this, Google search do a Google search on your phone or your computer. Look for the playoff bracket as if it would start tonight. And I think you would see how it says Oregon, Georgia, Miami, Florida, and BYU all be in the picture, and they will all get the automatic bids. All right. So coming off of that, let's check what went down last week and look ahead to what's happening this week. The 12th ranked Boise State Broncos last Friday took on San Diego State, crushed them 56-24, 32-point victory. And Shashad Genty again, he had a big night running the ball, a couple touchdowns. He's making his case for a Heisman Trophy winner. There's no doubt about that. He's going to be in New York. There's no question about that. As we look ahead to Saturday now, Miami, Florida beat Duke 53-31. Ohio State beat Penn State 20-13. Knocked them from the undefeated ranks. Army kept their undefeated undefeated season going by beating Air Force 20-3. They're the only team in the FBS that has not, that has not been falling behind. Who has had the lead or been tied at any time in the games. That's amazing. Ole Miss just put it on Arkansas, 63-13. Vanderbilt beat Auburn 17-7. Oregon took down Michigan 38-17. Iowa State, who was undefeated and probably would have been one of the big names in the college football playoffs, they lost to Texas Tech 23-22. Georgia beat Florida in the world largest outdoor cocktail party. I know it's not called that anymore. I'm still calling it. Georgia beat Florida 30-20. Houston beat Kansas State 24-19. Indiana beat Michigan State 47-10. Another team that's just dominant, dominant all season long. Louisville upset Clemson 33-21, taking Clemson out of a shot of getting into the playoffs. More likely than not, there would have to be a whole lot more chaos to happen for Clemson, I think, to try to make a spot there. You've got South Carolina beating Texas 44-20. Texas A&M. That was their second loss of the season. Their first loss was for Notre Dame. So that took them out and made them be one of the first 4 out, or first 2 out. Excuse me. Tennessee beat Kentucky 28-18, and SMU beat Pittsburgh 48-25. So there you have it. Those were the games there. Look ahead to this week. We have Florida at Texas. We got Miami at Georgia Tech. Ohio State's hosting Purdue. That's a game where a few years ago, Ohio State they were undefeated in Purdue, and they went in Purdue, and Purdue, struck them down. So this time they're at home, but still, it's a game that they're gonna have to be on the lookout for. Army beat North Texas. They didn't beat them. They would play North Texas. Clemson will be at Virginia. Georgia versus Ole Miss. That's a 2:30 Central Time game. This should be this should be a pretty good game. Ole Miss is good, and Georgia is definitely good. So we'll see about that there. Iowa State is at Kansas. Michigan is at Indiana. Colorado is at Texas Tech. Vanderbilt hosts South Carolina. Tennessee hosts Mississippi State. Maryland is at Oregon. Upset alert there. Can Maryland upset Oregon to drop them out of the college playoff? The game everybody looks for, Alabama versus LSU. That should be a pretty interesting one. Florida State's at Notre Dame. Notre Dame has to continue to try to stay in the college football playoff. We got Nevada at Boise State. Again, another one. Boise State has to keep winning. They don't want to do. You don't want to get passed up. Let's see. Who's the next one? Who's the next group of 5 leader? It is. It would be 20. It would be Army. If Army wins, no, because Boise State is ranked 12th. Army is ranked 25th. If Boise were to lose to Nevada, Boise would probably drop down a few spots to maybe like 17th, where Iowa State is right now. And if Clemson and if Army beat North Texas, they would probably go up a couple spots, maybe to like 24, 23. So Boise State would still be in the college football playoff, but it would be one of those things where they would be ranked, lower than some other teams, and that's what some teams maybe are going to bitch about, but you should not bitch. There should be no bitching about this here thing. This is a straight up thing. We got 12 playoffs. God damn it. Don't be bitching about this. So yeah, we got that. Pittsburgh hosts Virginia. Penn State hosts Washington. BYU versus Utah. This is a rivalry game. BYU needs to continue to try to stay ahead of Boise State. And Utah State is at Washington State. So there you have it. The games this week coming up on the college football landscape. And now, as we always do for the main event, the National Football League. Alright guys, so now on to the National Football League. But before we get into looking back at this past week and looking ahead at these future weeks' games, it's a trade deadline. Let's talk about some of the trades that happened within the last several weeks. One of the big ones is Devontae Adams went to the Jets from the Raiders. We had Amari Cooper going from the Buffalo Bills to the Cleveland Browns. We had that. No, we're going from the Cleveland Browns to Buffalo Bills. Excuse me. We had DeAndre Hopkins going from the Titans to the Chiefs, which was kind of very interesting. A very interesting way of doing that. Um, we had Deontay Johnson going from the Panthers to the Ravens. We had Cam Robinson going from the Jaguars to the Vikings. We've had Zadarius Smith go from um, the Lions to go from the Cleveland Browns to the Lions. Excuse me. We had Marshawn Lattimore going from the Saints to the Commanders. So um, we had some other one. Tre'Davious Wright going from the Rams to the Ravens. Preston Smith going from the Packers to the Steelers, and Mike Williams going from the Jets to the Steelers. So it's very interesting trades. I think one of the big winners to me is Washington. They got another defensive back there that can play the other side, which I thought was interesting. The Lions getting Zadarius Smith to obviously play in that defense because Aiden Hutchinson got hurt. I think is there as well. I think they did some good things here. So some really good things. So I was very happy to see this go down for the Lions. Even though I'm a Bears fan, happy to see them get down like that. And hopefully they'll be the teams that make it to the Super Bowl. You know, I'd like to see that. So um, that's what I am. That's what it is for me. So that's some of the stuff. Some of the major. There was some other trades, but that was the major trades that happened this past week. This past week. So there'll be some good stuff, and we'll have to see who is the winner come come the entire season. So so now let's go back and let's start with last week. Thursday night football, the Jets upset the Texans 21-13. Big night for a great catch by Garrett Wilson into the end zone for them to win and get things done. So I like that. Yeah, I think some of the other things were great as well. The Panthers beating the Saints 23-22. Oh, excuse me. The Rams beating the Giants 27-22. The Bills beating the Dolphins 30-27. Tyler Bass with a 61-yard field goal to win it and to take time out. That was good. Go back up to the Panthers game. I should mention that because of this, not only did Marshawn Lattimore get traded, but Dennis Allen was fired for this thing. And boy, afterwards, Mike Thomas into the game because he lit into, or during the game, he lit into Derek Carr. And I found that interesting. That why would he just be going after him like that? So I thought that was kind of very interesting. The Chargers beat the Browns 27-10. Titans beat the Patriots 20-17. One of the first instances this week of people questioning the coach's instincts or resonance about going for two. The Patriots had tied it up on Drake May's incredible, runaround abilities, and and they were like 20-17, and he wondered, how does this, go about doing what you got to do, and they wanted to go for two to try to win the game. The Jamar Mayo kicked the extra point And even though the Titans drove down the field, they only kicked the field goal, so the Patriots got the ball back. So, but then they also questioned that when the Titans get the ball, he took the direction of the wind was blowing in Drake May's face, and that might have caused the interception that at the end of the game to be by the Titans to end it. So, a lot of questioning there. Um, Falcons beat the Cowboys 27-21 in that game. Not only did Dak Prescott get hurt, he is on the injured reserve with a hamstring injury. CeeDee Lamb was busted up as well with a shoulder injury. They've not heard anything about CeeDee Lamb and shoulder, so it may have just been that game hurting. So that's that. You got the Bengals beating the Raiders 41 to 24. The Ravens keeping it continue with the Broncos 41 to 10. The Cardinals beating the Bears 29 to 9. The Eagles beating the Jaguars 28 to 3. Um, that 28 to 23. Excuse me. The Rams beating the Seahawks 26 to 20 in overtime. The Lions beating the Packers 24 to 14. Lions is looking like the best team in the world, the entire world. The Vikings beating the Colts 21 to 13. And the Chiefs beating the Buccaneers 30 to 24 in overtime as well. Again, this is the second one. Buccaneers drove down the field, scored a touchdown. They went for the extra point to tie it. Instead of going for two, people are questioning them about the Cowboys about that decision. I'm fine with it. I just don't think we need to start, questioning each and every guy's moves and things like that. I don't know if that's the way to do it. So, so let's look ahead to this week's episode. Tomorrow night, got a pretty interesting one. I think the Bengals and the Ravens on Thursday Night Football. We'll see if the Bengals can go into Baltimore, and we know what Baltimore went into Cincinnati, and they had a hell of a game. So now can the Bengals go into Baltimore and give them that game, give them the same back game? So that'll be very interesting. We've got a Sunday morning game again. This one's the Germany version. You've got the Giants at the Panthers. We'll see what goes down there. Then we have the normal Sunday action, noon kicks. The Patriots are at the Bears. Bears cannot afford a 3-game losing streak. Cannot lose to this Patriots one. They have never fired a coach in the middle of the season, and I don't think they ever will. But boy, people are calling for Evan Bush's job now. If they lose to the Patriots, it will be the hottest of hottest seats ever. The 49ers are at the Buccaneers. That will be a very interesting game. Christian McCaffrey was off the list a couple weeks ago, so we'll see if he's still on there. The Broncos at the Chiefs. That's a type of interesting world game type there. We've got the Bills at the Colts. Bills need to continue Colts going on the second game with Joe Flacco. Steelers at Commanders. Tough game between both of these competitors. It's going to be a fun, action-packed game, I think, with Steelers defense. Can they stop Jaden Daniels and that offense, and with the Steelers offense continue and still keep going, keep putting up 400-yard gains as they have the last 2 weeks with Russell Wilson before their bye. The Vikings at the Jaguars. This is a perfect game for the Vikings, losing two. They had lost in a row. They did win against the Colts, and now this is time for them to continue to get back on track and beat the Jaguars. The Falcons are at the Saints. The Falcons division leaders. Saints are in total free for all. So this is what the Falcons have to do. They need to go in there and even though this is a division game, go in there and handle their business. The Titans are at the Chargers. The Jets are at the Cardinals. This is a surprisingly now tough game for the Jets. as the Cardinals are 5-4, leading that division, NFC West, and they've been on a 3-game winning streak. They have a lot of confidence, playing with a lot of confidence, playing with a lot of energy. And the Jets coming off their recent victory, they want to continue trying to get back into the division race, because they're probably not gonna make the wild card. They would have to make the division. Maybe they might make the wild card. Who knows? Eagles at the Cowboys. Listen, you know this. I think it's over for the Cowboys, and with Dak on the thing. So the Eagles need to just go in there and just do what they need to do, and not be ridiculous. The Lions at the Texans on Sunday Night Football. Love this one. Love this one. This is, the Lions. They had a great, crazy stat showing up last week where over they have a 6-game winning streak. The Lions does 6-game winning streak. On that 6-game winning streak, they've scored 28 touchdowns. Jared Goff during that 6-game winning streak has only thrown 23 incompletions. Man. That's going to be an interesting game. C.J. Stroud. Texas coming off a 2-game losing streak. Lost Stephon Diggs. Obviously, Nico Collins. I don't know if this is his time to come off or he's still on in the reserve. So, this could be, Texans could really lose here. It doesn't seem to be like the Colts or the Titans or the Jaguars are gonna force them to keep the ground, but still, you don't want to lose 3 in a row in the season. You just don't. And on Monday Night Football, we have the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Rams. Tua is back. Tua is playing well, but we'll have to see how everything goes and what do the Rams do, and how does the Rams feel about any of all of that. So, yeah, there you have it. The Week 10 look ahead. Let's go ahead and let's close this thing out. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this episode of Game According to Me. We'll be back next week with another episode where we'll go over, as we normally do, the college football rankings, college football from last week, stuff to preview the next week's games. Same thing for the NFL. We'll check in the world of the NBA. We wanted to do that this week. We forgot it. But that's okay. We'll do it next week. See how the first couple of weeks, the first week of the month of the season is going for the teams in the NBA. A lot of surprises there. I know that for definitely damn sure. So yeah, we'll check on that next week. As always, if you are watching this on YouTube, watching and listening to this on YouTube, please post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about anything that I've been talking about, anything in the anything I may have missed during the college and pro games. And so yeah, please do that. And if you would like to support this podcast, support this creator, myriad of ways to do so. There's patreon.com/AJTRIP to become a patron. Once I hit a certain amount of patrons, you will be able to determine what you hear on my other podcast, the AJTRIP show that is starting in the new year. What video games I play on Twitch, twitch.tv/AJTRIP20. I have to have the game though to play it. And what videos you want me to see on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@AJTRIP20. And also, if you listen to this on Spotify, you go to my Spotify page. They have tiers there where you can subscribe to 99-cent tier, a $4.99 tier, and a $9.99 tier. They have that, or if you're struggling, you don't have the money to do so, understandably, but you can still support me there as well. Rate this podcast, share this podcast on your social media, things like that. That helps out as well. On YouTube, you can just copy the link, and that somehow gets the engagement going. Or if you are part of the ones that now can do the new things where you give points or something like that to the people and for the videos, and that helps, do that. If you can do that as well. That's very much be appreciated as well. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this episode of the Game According to Me. Thank you guys so much for listening. Be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.